So if you are enjoying the world that you're creating right now, it means that these underlying thoughts are establishing a conversation that's leading you towards higher levels of well-being. Higher levels of well-being meaning that you're happy, that you have abundant love in your life, that you feel deeply connected to your meaning and purpose, that your body is vitally healthy, and that whatever is happening around you, you have a deep state of inner peace. And that's the conversation that we want to generate our own personal lives of well-being, but also, more importantly, a life of our community, our society, and our planet as a whole. If you look out at the planet right now, you'd have to say that overall, the conversation is somewhat distressing out there. You know, if thoughts give rise to reality, then the underlying thoughts, which are predominated these days often by fear and ethnocentricity and alienation, it's a fear-based conversation which gives rise to unnecessary violence and conflict. We have the opportunity in this room, in this community, to change the conversation from fear and anxiety to one of peace and harmony and healing and transformation. And when we make that shift internally, then everything about us reflects that. And that gives us that sense of liberation, of freedom, to create, to expand. When all of our energy is committed towards protection, defensiveness, then there's not a lot left over for creativity and healing. And healing is a creative response. Day after day at the Chopra Center, we see people who have been struggling with chronic problems for years and years, often life-threatening. And they've developed almost an addictive mindset of the outcome of that problem. I was just giving a keynote address at an American psychology conference, and one of my colleagues there said that she's come up with a new illness. It's called diagnosis shock. That when a doctor gives a diagnosis to someone, it creates such a shock to their physiology that it actually begins to unfold the prognosis that the doctor said. People die as often from their diagnosis as they do from their illness. And so we have this opportunity now to change that conversation, to give people hope, to give people inspiration, to teach them that through these natural approaches we can awaken that powerful internal pharmacy. You know, we've been conditioned, certainly I was conditioned in medical school to believe that the most effective pharmacy on earth is the Rite Aid or the CVS or the Walgreens, because the model, the Newtonian model, the physical model that I was trained with was that people are basically molecules. In medical school, we're taught that human beings are inherently bags of biochemicals. And so if we want to alter someone, if someone has a physical or psychological problem, how do we alter them? We alter them by providing a new biochemical. So if someone has heartburn, it's not because they're stressed out about their business, it's because they're producing too many hydrochloric acid molecules, so we prescribe a proton pump inhibitor. If someone has anxiety, it's not because they're worried about their teenagers, it's because they're not producing enough GABA, so we prescribe Xanax or Restoril or Valium. If someone is depressed, it's not because their core relationships are not nurturing to them, it's because they're not producing enough serotonin. So we prescribe a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. And of course, the problem with this model is not that it's wrong, but that it's simply incomplete, that it outsources the healing response. Right? Mahatma Gandhi lamented that the problem with Western medicine is that it's too good at treating symptoms. You eat a pepperoni cheese pizza right before bed, wake up a half an hour later, pop a couple of antacids, and within 20 minutes your heartburn has gone away. So what have we learned? Take the medicine before bed. Not consider how our choices in life translate into the physiology of our bodies. But ZRII is opening up this new window, teaching people that there's this powerful inner pharmacy and that we can utilize the resonance, the vibration, the intelligence of nature, the wisdom of nature to reawaken that inner pharmacy. Because we know that given the right conditions, the human body is capable of producing antidepressant, anti-anxiety, immune strengthening, digestive normalizing medicines. This is really the essence of what Rasayana means. Rasayana means that you water you nourish the system at its deepest level of physiology. And by watering it at that deep level, by nourishing at its deep level, the entire physiology benefits. You know, if you have an orange tree and it's not giving good fruit, you don't inject medication into each orange. You apply a potent fertilizer to the roots, and by going to that deep level, the whole tree gets healthier. And that's really the essence of what Rasayana means. Be it a Rasayana rejuvenating formulation like ZRII, or a Rasayana behavior like meditation or yoga, or a Rasayana relationship like cultivating love in your life. It nourishes us at that deep level, and that nourishment spreads throughout the body, the mind, the heart, and the soul to make it impossible for illness to arise. So that's the conversation of moksha. Moksha means helping people to realize that they have the freedom to create something that hasn't been seen before, that we're inherently creative and we don't have to be limited by our previous conditioning.